Now today what I want to talk about is detachment. And what does this mean and why is it important? The first time that I came across the concept of detachment, I basically misunderstood it. I thought that it would be an absence of desire. And I thought that desire is important to achieve anything in life. So basically I condemned the idea and I thought, sod it, it's not important. But now I think I understand it a little bit better. When we are completely identified with our feelings and our thoughts, and we treat them as if our feelings and thoughts are us, we will find it quite hard to see things objectively, and we can suffer a great deal. I remember when I first kind of started understanding this idea of detachment and being an observer to my own processes. And that was one day when I was crying. Something had happened, it was raining, and it was a very dramatic situation. And suddenly, because of that dramatic setting of the rain hitting the windscreen of the car, I suddenly was sort of transported outside of this environment, almost as if this was a film and I was a character in that movie. And so because of that, I achieved a certain sense of distance, of watching myself feeling that way rather than being completely identified with my feelings. And that gave me enough space to experience the feelings, but from this perspective that allowed me to breathe through them, and a little bit of suffering was alleviated, and I was able to see the situation from a more objective perspective. I remember studying hypnotherapy with Orman McGill, and he said during a hypnotic session something about we're not our thoughts, we're not our feelings, we are not our sensations. Specifically, this idea really blew my mind at the time. I couldn't quite get it. I thought, what do you mean I'm not my thoughts? My thoughts are so important. And that pretty much is the ego speaking. But the reality, the way that basically put it, was that we are the consciousness watching and experiencing the thoughts, the feelings, and the sensations. And when you see it that way, it is more possible to achieve peace of mind, because when a thought comes that's negative or judgmental, we can watch it move in and out of awareness, and rather than get attached to it and hold on to it. And recently I went to an improv workshop where Dave Rosowski, an improv teacher, told us something about being able to surrender to the present moment. Because when we hold on to what is past, that's no longer relevant, we suffer. And when we are projecting ourselves into the future, we suffer most of the time. I mean, sometimes it's important to make plans for the future, but when we become anxious and start imagining all that could go wrong, we're not in the present moment anymore. So Buddhists say that the cause of all suffering is non-acceptance. And non-acceptance I see as not surrendering to the present moment. What is happening right now? When we are able to do that, we can be present in the moment. And we can, therefore, experience more joy. Now, one practice that I'd like to share with you is a practice that Adam Eason, a fellow hypnotherapist, shared with me about learning how to practice a non-judgment through this practice of stepping back and being an observer. So we're going to do a little exercise in a moment that's going to help you to do that. This is relevant not only for your peace of mind, for feeling more centered, present, and peaceful, but also with regards to relationships to other people. We live in a world where we are constantly judging. We're judging ourselves, we're judging other people, And the judgment, with judgment comes blame, comes shame, and comes suffering. But I wonder if you can imagine a world where there was no judgment, where instead of judgment, we strived to understand other people as well as ourselves. When we do that, it is more easy to avoid conflict, of course, and to also feel closer to other people. So without further ado, let's do it.